Am I the butthole for telling my ex he was very inconsiderate of our daughters when he found out the gender of his new child with his wife? My ex and I separated about 4 years ago now. We have 7-year-old and 5-year-old girls. He has a son from a previous marriage that he has full custody of. He is 10. He's been remarried for 3 years now. I recently got married and welcomed a son last year. Well, I dropped the girls off to their dad for a gender reveal party. Ex and his wife are expecting. Well, I was watching the live video on Facebook and it was a boy. He said thank God, then he said I didn't want any more girls. I would have shot myself. My girls were standing there and that looked at the camera and I could see it in their eyes that his words had hurt them. I went to pick my girls up and I told him he should watch his words around the girls because when he said that it really hurt their feelings. He told me it was none of my business and I was trying to ruin his happiness. To which I responded that I was not trying to do that but protect our daughters for never feeling adequate when it comes to their brothers, and he was showing blatant favoritism. He got mad and spewed some nasty names at me. I took the girls home and they told me that their daddy only loves boys and he doesn't like girls. I calmed them down. Am I the butthole for bringing it up to him on their special day? Not the butthole. I'd be tempted to isolate a clip of his "oh thank God." I would shoot myself if it was a girl and send it to him. He sounds gross. I mean, definitely keep a recording of it for future custody disputes. My God. Damn, I'm sorry about the dude who responded to you, but it looks like he got what he deserved, so I hope neither you nor original poster take it personally. Also, original poster is not the butthole edit. I guess the comment is hidden now so I look weird, but to the comment I was talking about. Web link. They're a negative karma farmer. Look at the history. Just trolling to get a rise out of you guys. I'm mildly new to Reddit so I might not understand, but I thought if you had not enough karma then you can't post or comment in certain threads. Would people deliberately be trying to get negative karma? Because they think it is funny/fun. Just like any other troll thing. Some people just want to watch the world burn. Yes, this. I'd sue for full custody and show them this clip. Yeah, also these poor girls. Guess what? Daddy's a misogynist. I would isolate the clip for court and revise the visitation agreement, not the butthole. That's the correct course of action. Having both parents is important, but it's better to have just one loving parent than one, slightly enabling and one toxic one. Yes. And get a recording of the girls saying what they did about dad as well. Possibly, if dad brings this up again and it's a single-party state, record his outburst as well. He is going to be so busy with his 2 sons, maybe give him some extra time with them. Edit, not sure, if dash cams circumvent the 2-party rule? Use one if so for future encounters and outbursts. Then a recording of what he posted. And one from the girls. Facebook Live isn't covered by single-party, considering he's publicly publishing a video of himself recording his outburst about watching his words around the girls, not the Facebook video. Yeah, that would need single party. I meant a new recording, in addition to the already recorded one. Like getting a dash cam and only talking with him near the car. True. Though with how willing this guy was to out his misogyny on Facebook, I doubt that it'll be much of a stretch to get him to say it publicly anyway. Yes, isolate the clip and overlay it on a sick beat. Make it go viral with the music video. Oh thank God, thank God. I would suit myself if, pause for a bass drop, it was a girl. Record scratch and repeat. Not the butthole, you're a good mom. I like your brand of petty. Petty TM, the brand you can trust. 4 out of 5 Redditors agree. The remaining 1 out of 5 is too petty to agree with the others. This is the way. And then zoom into the girls hearing that with the oh no from TikTok that's been going around. Just a quick edit, obviously, I'm joking and don't seriously want original poster to do this. Zoom in on the girl's reaction and it might fit on Watch People Die Inside. OMG yes. Throw some auto-tune in there too. Then throw the whole man into the trash bin. Perfection. Think about how he'd be if one of his son are gay, bi, or transgender. He'd lose his mind. Hey, love your intentions, but it's just transgender, not transgendered. Transgender is an adjective, not a verb. No diss on you or anything, just a heads up. I imagined you writing this with a big smile. Just so you know, it's transgender, not transgendered. Whoops, let me correct. You'd have to loop it too, so he can see over and over how much of a terrible father he is. He is gross. This is the third family he is starting now. Different kids with 3 women. Yeah, I will never understand how guys like this keep finding women to impregnate. No hate on the women, I just wish all women had butthole vision and could see these douche canoes for what they are. Include in there a zoom in on the girls right after. Not the butthole. I'd make a point to show just how bad your ex painted themselves to be right there to your daughters by saying that, privately between original poster and ex, of course, unless ex tries to make it public and gossips a bunch of BS, then make that video public with a zoom in included. Send him a link to this. My father had 3 girls and swore up and down he's only ever wanted girls. Total lie. But I love him even more for never backing down from it. He's awesome. Your ex sounds like a dick. I wouldn't just be tempted, I'd do it, and then I'd save it for the future if he ever tries to F her or the girls over in some way. I agree, and try to get a close-up of your daughter's reactions. Not the butthole, that's so sad for the girls. Reading your other comment, he will 100% favor the boys over them. Get them into therapy or see if you can adjust the custody agreement, if he actually does end up treating them differently, because that's going to cause some serious issues within them. Yup. This was my childhood. Sorry to say op, but your baby girls might eventually need therapy. Not the butthole. Oh God, he was one of those men. I'm so sorry. And I think it would be in the girls' best interest to limit their time with / exposure to this man. They were right when they said he doesn't like them. You were right to bring it up right away. He ruined their enjoyment of a special day with his hateful words. He reminds me of that one post on here by that guy who went to the doctor with his pregnant wife, healthy twin girls, and asked him how they could conceive a boy next time. My favorite about that one was he argued with the doctor about how they have to be wrong because he knew it was going to be boys. Oh, gosh, I remember that one. Please link it, I must have missed that crap storm. I am a father of 2 wonderful girls. My wife and I always planned to have only 2 children. Early on, after our second daughter was born, lots of people, both men and women, asked if we were going to try again for a boy. I just don't really understand the issue of having only girls when it comes to some fathers. My daughters have given me so much joy. I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. I'm one of 2 daughters, 25 now, and I've told my dad many times how his neutral gendered view of us, never doing the daddy's little princess stick, seeing us as his children, not merely his girls, led us to develop a healthy sense of personal identity as well as strong boundaries regarding boys and men and sexism overall. Knowing not all men instinctively see women for our gender but see us as people, first. That our value as people exists outside of perceived femininity. It's one of the best gifts he ever gave us. You rock. Your daughters are lucky to have you. It's the worst. And I bet people are always like, God, it's got to be terrible living in a house with so many females, all those hormones. To you, too. Because men don't have hormones, upside down face. And the hormone that usually make men and women moody is testosterone. That's what cracks me up the most, all these testosterone junkies complaining that women are too moody while sitting there statistically speaking moodier than most women. I'm the oldest of 5 daughters and people would still ask my mom if she was going to try for a boy. I had the first baby of my generation, and upon finding out she was a she, some of my older/extended family and way too many of my husband's family tried to commiserate with me while I'm trying to celebrate the continuation of this matriarchy lol. Meanwhile, we wanted 1 kid, who happened to be a boy, and no one has ever asked about trying for a girl. Sexism be like that. Personally, I would have wanted a girl, at least before I met my awesome little guy. I can agree. I have 1 boy, I'm one and done. People never ask if I'm trying again for a girl. They'll ask if I'm having another one, lol. It really doesn't make sense in the modern age. Daughters can earn their own now and maybe even help you when you are old, just like sons. Plus, if you want someone to do guy stuff with, all you have to do is teach your daughter that stuff. My parents always showed me how to do all stuff, even boy stuff like cars, fixing stuff around the house, sports, etc. Not the butthole. What an absolutely terrible thing to say. He sounds too young and immature to be having this many kids. Or any kids at all, honestly. Facts. Not the butthole. And honestly, do you think you have any chance at full custody? I hate to imagine his girls growing up watching him love his new son more than he has ever seemed to love them. I have a feeling he won't put up much of a fight. From Op's comments, it sounds like he really wanted as little involvement as possible when they split. How sad. Definitely. Those poor girls, and the son too, deserve an actual father. For Op's comments, considering he tried to only visit one of them to the point where the court did a paternity test to prove he was responsible regardless of his claims that younger girl couldn't be his, because he didn't want a daughter. He tried to legally disown his own child before the age of 5 so that he wouldn't have to spend time with her. This man is pure TA. Calling him the other things he is would get me banned. Hopefully. But sometimes toxic people like this guy will fight just to hurt/control their ex. Or using his daughters as captive free babysitters. The thing is that people who aren't the worst, like he is, can accept feedback without it ruining their day. Like, imagine a man who said, "You're right, I got carried away and didn't think about it. I'll make sure to take them out for ice cream and tell them how special they are to me. I'll tell them it is my excitement about a new experience, not about their brother being more special to me. Thanks for looking out." That's what someone who wants to do the right thing but slipped up would say. Your ex got his day ruined because he doesn't care about other people's feelings and can't handle criticism. Not the butthole. I mean, it might ruin their day, but if they're a decent person, it's because they've just realized how deeply they've been hurting others. That's shame. If their day is ruined because they're embarrassed instead of ashamed, that's a whole new thing. He already has a 10-year-old son, so he can't even use the new experience excuse. Not the butthole. Absolutely horrible thing to say. I hope his son turns out trans so he always has 3 daughters. I disagree. That would be horrible for his 3rd daughter. Why would you want that for any child? Honestly, the son would probably be better off without him as a role model anyway. I feel awful for him too because he will likely grow up acting the same. I always have that thought in these stories, but out of fear. Like, imagine being the trans daughter of a man like this, especially when so big of a deal has been made about you being a son. Oh, God, yeah, can't imagine he'd be very accepting or very pleasant to them after that, but the karma would be enormous. Children aren't a punishment. Being trans is not a form of karmic punishment for bigoted parents, and suggesting it is kind of gross and transphobia, to be honest. This child absolutely would be abused if they turned out to be trans. Bigoted people don't just stop being bigoted because of this. Actually, that's a horrible outcome. That poor child would be treated with such abuse if such a thing happened. Not the butthole. My father had 8 known children to 4 or 5 different women. He never wanted girls. I'm 24 female, and all of my younger siblings were boys. He wasn't as blatant as your ex as being about not wanting girls, but we could see the extreme favoritism. You're being a great mom for calling him out as soon as you noticed something amiss. Sadly, if this is his reaction on a Facebook Live, your ex might be showing even more favoritism towards the boys that you can't see and that your girls cannot process or might not have told you about. You didn't say how his new wife treats your girls, but I hope she's at least being considerate and caring of your girls. Just remind your girls that they are loved. I hope that my assumption is wrong about him possibly treating your girls differently, but don't let him get away with being a sexist dad. Original poster replies. I'm going to file for full custody. I asked my girls about how they felt at dad's house and my 5-year-old said I don't want to go back. We don't even have a room anymore. My 7-year-old immediately told her to be quiet for telling their secret. My 5-year-old got quiet, but I pushed them to tell me any secrets that they were told to keep because mommy needed to know some secrets to keep them safe, and they said, they don't have a room. They sold the bunk beds they slept on and they all sleep in oldest son's room, and then their room is going to be for the baby. Said they leave the 10-year-old home alone all the time. They don't bathe them and they have no extra clothes or toys to play with there. Only boy toys are in the house. I'm livid. They never told me because it was a secret he asked them to keep. Any adult who asks kids to keep secrets like that shouldn't be trusted. Definitely file for full custody. He clearly doesn't want them. Do they at least have their own beds or just sleep in the boy's bed? Original poster replies. They sleep together on a queen bed with their brother. That is even worse. He will be entering puberty in the next couple years. That would be worthy of a CPS call. That's a situation waiting to happen. Get full custody now. Girl. That guy sounds like a real piece of work from your comments. You are in no way TA. Best of luck in getting custody, but honestly, from the sound of him, he probably won't even fight it. I'd go a step further and find out if that's worth emergency custody. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.